Hello folks, welcome back to the Book Corner. I am Hermione, author and lover of all things literature. So we're continuing with reading Jim Butcher's White Knight. So what I basically do is like every 5 chapters I will do a review. What's going on right now in it. Now, one of the things I had vowed to do is to read these books much more slowly so that I could give you guys the best review possible, because that's what I used to do when I was much younger. I used to read books pretty slowly, and I was able to do like 3 or 4 page reviews, which being in my 40s is like, I can't believe I was able to do that. Alright, so we're continuing with from chapters 5 all the way to 10, and what is going on in this is we're learning a lot more about all the different other people that live in Chicago. Not the people that do like the big things, like the big, the major spells and raising the dead and all that type of stuff. We're talking about like your Wiccans or your witches that pretty much have like low-level amounts of magic, and they're magical. They're part of the community, and they answer to the White Council. But they, they're, and they're bound by the same laws that, people like Harry Dresden and Molly Carpenter are bound to, but they don't really get a lot of attention in the series. Jim Butcher is more concerned about the higher level characters that can make Harry Dresden's life a living hell. This is actually the only book in the series that you have these low-level practitioners of magic, because that is the target of this killer, is these low-level practitioners. The killer knows that these low-level practitioners cannot do anything to save their lives, and so that's what they count on. So there's an entity called Lash who is inside of Harry's mind, and she's actually a fallen angel. She joined Lucifer in rebellion against God, and she's actually in a coin, and she has basically managed to get inside Harry's mind, but Harry knows very well what she is and what she can do, and he's not fooled by her. She appears as this beautiful young woman wearing this Greco-Roman outfit and everything, but she is far, far older. She is older than creation. She is not an entity that you trifle with. So she kind of gives Harry the lead that there was somebody that was in that apartment that you did not see because you forced your way into the apartment. And in the Dresden's Files world, you have to get verbal permission by the resident or owner of a residential place. Like if it's an owner of a house, you got permission from the owner of the house. If it's a renter that is legally allowed to live in the apartment, then you get the permission from that person. And he forces his way in, and he leaves most of his magic behind. Now, when he forces his way in again, this is after he's basically slapped silly, the person who laid the trap. All of his magic is gone. Now, it all comes back when he leaves, but for right now, he is entirely not able to do magic. And so he's like, you thought I was here to kill you? He's kind of like, no, I'm not here to kill you, and anything like that. So it's hilarious because she's kind of like, But anyways, but earlier in the chapters, Harry decides to go and visit Thomas. Now, Thomas is a member of the White Court, which is, they're basically, they feed off of, like, emotions. And he lives in the inside of his apartment looks really nice. And he has to pretend to be Thomas's boyfriend in order to not get arrested. And everything. But anyways, but yeah. So, absolutely loved the 5 chapters I read. I really love this series a lot. In fact, when I get to Changes, I'm actually going to get the next 2 books in the series. And, yeah. So far, so good. So I'll see you guys around.